Hello and welcome once again to Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. Please do like, share, subscribe and all of those things. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. And in this video we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends Retro 3 3/4 inch Nova figure. Now I love these Marvel Legends Retro 3 3/4 inch figures. They're very basic, but there's something very nostalgic about them. And this is Nova, and Nova was part of Series 7. Now Series 7, the line's been going quite strong. At the time of recording, it has been announced that this line has actually been rested, if we like. It's not been retired, it's not been ended, it's been rested. So this was part of Wave 7, Series 7, whichever it is that you want to call it. And of course it is Nova. Now, we've had various Nova figures in the 6-inch line. This is the first and only Nova that we've had in the 3 3/4 inch line. Now there's not a huge amount to say about these figures. You can see there how I open the packets, because I do like to keep the packets intact, because I think that the packet is very much part of the appeal, if you like. I think the artwork that goes into the packets is very cool. I know there are a lot of collectors that like to keep the packets. There's the little chads at the top that are unpunched on some versions, and this is obviously one of those ones. So I do like to keep them, even though they've got little cutout cards on the back. Now what can I say? Nova, as it says on the back of the box, a human rocket blasting to far off cosmic places. Nova, Richard Rider flies by and declares blue blazes. That's what they say on the back of the box. Now as far as a retro figure goes, the colours on this are very pleasing. There's the blues, the yellows and of course the reds. So it's very in keeping with what Nova looks like. Now as I said, we've had quite a few versions of Nova in the 6-inch form, and we very recently got the retro Nova that's pretty much the same as this, just in 6-inch. So I was really pleased to see him. Now the one thing that does disappoint me about these kind of 3 3/4 inch figures is that there's a lot of playability with them in regards to the kind of the retro feel. There's very little articulation, but there's very little room for effect pieces. You don't sort of get any effects. I don't actually think any of them have come with any effect pieces, and Nova is one that I think that they could have really given us something, you know, whether it was like a, I don't know, like some kind of blast effect that he could have been, or you could snap him off at the waist and add a blast effect. I don't know. But here he is next to some of the other figures. So we've got Cyclops there, and we've got Iceman as well. Absolutely no affiliation to either of these figures. They were just the first two that I could pick. But you can see how he kind of fits in. He's not quite as broad as Cyclops. He's more, I don't know, he's a little bit more broad than Iceman. But Iceman, maybe he is the same buck as Cyclops. I don't know. I mean, that's one of the things that I really enjoy doing with these, is trying to work out which parts are used on other figures. I think he's much more in keeping with Reed Richards here. I don't know, but just putting a few up for comparison. But I think he's pretty much the Reed Richards figure, just with a new head. Now one thing that is really cool about these 3 3/4 inch figures is that there is a lot of new sculpting that goes into them. So each one, because of the inability to reuse a lot of the parts, there's a lot of new sculpting that goes into them. So you can see here that the body is pretty much exactly the same as Reed Richards, but we've had a new head sculpted. All of the details on his costume are painted on, so the bars on his the cuffs on his arms, the boots, the symbol on his chest, but the head is sculpted in, which is a really nice little touch, and I think that's quite cool. But yeah, I really like this 3 3/4 inch line. There's something really nostalgic about it. It really reminds me of, no, there we go, it wasn't Reed Richards, it was Magneto. He has got the same body type as Magneto, pretty much to the T. Yep, I was wrong, wasn't Reed Richards, it's Magneto. But as I was saying, what I really like about this line is that they are very much in keeping with those Kenner figures, and that is of course what this line was aimed to do. It was, the idea was, what if Kenner had kept the license, and what if they had kind of gone on to release these Marvel figures. And I think it's been a real achievement, that the fact that the Marvel Legends has been able to kind of give us well over 50 figures, I think, in total, and a good kind of selection as well. But they finished teams off. We've got the Fantastic Four, we've got a lot of the Avengers, a lot of the X-Men, and then some really random ones as well, like Nova and Moon Knight and Venom, and who else did we have that was a bit random? Silver Surfer, I suppose, not so random, but yeah, it's a really cool line, really worth picking up. So yeah, there we go. But that's about it. thank you very much for watching. Please do like, share, subscribe, and you can check out my channel for a whole bunch of other 3 3/4 inch figure reviews. Yeah, thanks very much. This is Nova, Marvel Legends, Retro Lime, 3 3/4 inch. I'm Jacob, aka Jacob's Toys. Thanks very much for watching. See you soon.